All right, guys, lesson 88, multiplying and dividing rational expressions. 1a says 6x to the fourth y over 21x y cubed times 7x squared y squared over 3x cubed y squared. Now, we're going to go back to 7th grade math a little bit. When we multiply fractions, simplify. 3 goes into 3 once, into 6 twice. 7 goes into 7 once, into 21 3 times. So in terms of numbers, 2 times 1, 2, over 3 times 1, 3. Now, also, if you remember, when we multiply variables, we add the exponents. We're going to do two things. First off, 4 plus 2 gives me x to the 6th. Go 1 here, don't forget. 1 plus 2, y cubed, over 1 plus 3, x to the 4th, 3 plus 2, y to the 5th. Now, we can simplify here. And remember, when we divide, we multiplied, so we added. So when we divide, we subtract, and always make them positive. So I need to bring my 4 up here. 6 minus 4 gives me x squared up top. I want my larger one to subtract the smaller one. So I bring my 3 down. 5 minus 3 gives me y squared. So we simplify. Even though we're multiplying, we're simplifying it as small down as we can. Okay? So reduce the numbers, add the exponents when we multiply, and then subtract them when we divide. Okay? So that was 1a. Let's look at 1b. B, we have 6x squared over 5y to the 4th times 3x over 7y squared. Now, if you look at this, you'll notice we can't cancel anything. So we are simply multiplying and then adding exponents. 6 times 3, 18. 2 plus 1 gives me x cubed over 5 times 7, 35, 4 and 2, 6. So there will be some that you can't simplify. And in that case, you just solve. Okay? All right. Example 2. This one's a little bit trickier. We have, says multiply 9x over 3x minus 15 times x squared minus 2x minus 15. Now, before you lose a gasket and you're going, what in the world are we doing? Start by doing this. Don't forget, just like multiplying whole numbers and fractions, whole number over 1. Now, what can I take out of that one? A 3. So I end up with 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1x minus 15 divided by 3, 5. So we're starting to simplify, okay? Up here, let's look at this. x, x. This is a negative, so minus, positive. Factors of 15 that are going to give me 2, 1 and 15, 3 and 5. But I need a negative 2. So I need a negative 5 plus 3. So up top here, x minus 5 and x plus 3. Now, again, going back to canceling when multiplying. Remember, we can cancel up and down. So I cancel out x minus 5 and x minus 5. Now notice over here I can reduce. 3 goes into 9 3 times. So even though it's kind of garbled, I'm left with a 3x here, nothing below, and I'm left with a x plus 3 over there. Okay? Now your book shows you that they're going ahead and multiplying it. Oops, I threw that x in there. Sorry, guys. Take that out. I'm okay with either answer here. Okay? You can leave it in either form. Just make sure you factor, cross out what they have in common, and then simplify it down. Okay? So, that's example 2. All right? Example 3. A little bit crazier. 3. 8 m squared n plus 2mn over 2m. And we're multiplying that times 15 over 24mn plus 6n. Okay, so we need to simplify everything. What can we take out up here? They all have an m and an n, and they all have a 2. Okay, so if we take that a 2mn out, then here 8 divided by 2 gives me 4. 2 minus the 1 is m, and 1 minus 1, 0, so that drops. Now, 2mn divided by 2mn, 1. Times 15 over here. What can I take out of 24mn and 6n? Well, I can take a 6 out of both of them and an n. So 6n, 24 divided by 6 is 4. N divided by n is 1, which leaves me with m. 6n divided by 6n is 1. Don't forget that. It doesn't just drop off. Okay? Now, what can we cancel out? What can we simplify? Well, this has a 2 and 2. Cancel out my m's. Over here, I can cancel out an n. I can also cancel out 4m plus 1. And then I have 15 over 6, which we can reduce. 3 goes into both of those, where I have 5 over 2, which is 2 and a half. So that simplifies all the way down. Okay? So, just be careful with those, simplify them out, and then cancel out what you can. Okay? All right. That was example 3. Now, our last one, example 4. We'll start out with 4a, and then we're going to hop down to 4c. okay? So 4a, 5st to the fourth over 4s squared t divided by 15 s squared t over 2s cubed to 2s cubed t squared. Now, going back, don't forget, when we divide fractions, we need to make sure we flip this. So if I rewrite it, it becomes times, now we're flipping it, like that. Now we can cancel. 5 goes into 5 once, and 15 3 times, 2 once, 4 twice, so 1 times 1, 1, 2 times 3, 6. S to the first plus s cubed, the s to the fourth, t to the fourth, t squared, t to the sixth, 2 plus 2 gives me 4, and then 1 plus 1 gives me squared. So I have 1 over 6. Now I need to simplify our variables. 4 minus 4 is 0. So the s is gone. T, 6 minus 2, gives me t to the fourth up top. Okay? Dividing. Make sure you flip that second fraction and then simplify. Okay? So that was 4a. So 4c, it's this combination plus factoring. X squared plus 4x plus 3 over x squared divided by x plus 3 over x. So let's go ahead and factor this. They're both positive. Factors of 3 are 1 and 3, so it's x plus 3, x plus 1. So x plus 3, x plus 1 over x squared. Don't forget, division. Flip. So times x over x plus 3. Now cancel. Cancels. I've got a squared here and 1 here. So I can simplify that, cancel one of these out, which just leaves me with x. So my final answer, I've got x plus 1 over x. Can't cancel those. That's our final answer. Okay? Example 5 is very similar. It's just a little word problem for you. So lesson 88. Okay, here's our do not do's. Problems we don't do. All right. Lesson 8 or number 18. Don't do 18. 20B. Don't do 20B. 22. Or 27. So do not do those for lesson 88. Okay? That is lesson 88. And the next video will be lesson 89. And we'll see you guys later.